Welcome, welcome to Hangman Tarot. We're going to get started here with our current energy. So we're going to get into current energy. As far as current energy, we want to know who's on your mind. So we're going to find out who's on your mind and how they currently feel. All right, don't mind the hair. Again, I'm literally just getting to my most intuitive, and that's when I look like a hot mess usually. So I just want to get into these as soon as we can when I'm intuitively feeling. I'm definitely vibing right now. So we need to make sure that we're getting into this at a specific time. So I don't always necessarily look on fleek when I get into these cards, okay? Because, you know, tarot card reading is not always pretty. All right. So this is current energy, current vibes for our Cancer all the way through Pisces. So we're going to find out some basic current state of mind. We're going to find out all of the whys and whens and upcomings and behind the scenes of this situation with this currently, whoever's on your mind. And we're starting out with Cancer this morning. So welcome, Cancer. Well, it's this afternoon. Anyway, I slept in today. All right. So we are getting into Cancer currently. Who is on Cancer's mind? Find out a little bit here. So basic state of mind for Cancer, straight out the gate. And then we're going to find out who and why. All right, Three of Pentacles reversed. We have Queen of Wands that is upright. All right, so current state of mind is you're obsessing over something dealing with an earth sign or an air sign, or a fire sign, excuse me, but Aries in specific, or Capricorn. So specifically for Cancer, it's going to be Capricorn or Aries, or just in general, fire sign or an earth sign. So there is some information that you have received about this individual who's currently, you're kind of obsessing over the little bits and pieces of it, okay? You're just trying to bring it all together and you're trying to figure that out. So it's almost as if everything that you're finding out, you're just kind of bringing it together and just trying to figure out where this is headed or where it's taking you, okay? Your person is definitely aligned. They're pretty empowered as far as an individual goes, but they're sexually expressive towards you. So their needs and their emotions are extremely potent Venus-wise. So sexually, they're empowered. But they're a very confident individual, and it's almost like instead of like a relationship, it's more of like a bliss relationship, blisship. It's not a bad situation or around this person, but you do have some things, you do have some questions here for the specific person. We're going to find out a little bit behind the scenes with this person and anything that is kind of fading into the past that has concerns with this general current situation with Cancer and his or her air sign or fire sign. Excuse me, earth sign or fire sign. Earth sign, fire sign. That is what we're dealing with, Cancer. Okay. So behind the scenes, what you're not seeing is there's a lot of arrogancy with it. There's a ton of arrogancy here, okay? And there are delays because there's so much frustration on your end, and it is unstable. So it is an unstable relationship. It's not as cohesive. It's not as consistent as you would like. So that's probably why you're getting a little cray-cray about it, okay? What you're not seeing behind the scenes is that they're domineering. They're extremely impatient as far as earth sign goes and a fire sign goes. So the recklessness is definitely something that you're noticing, and then the passion. So there's this recklessness and then there's this passion. So this information is probably very confusing to you because, again, most of the shitty attributes to this person are behind the scenes, okay? What you see is this authentic, aligned, sexually expressive, you know, divalicious, feminine energy. That's what you're feeling. And that's what you're seeing. I mean, so it's not like your fault, Cancer. I mean, this person is bringing to the table, what do we call that? Because we would say no to this bullshit, right, Cancer? So it's like you're dealing with someone who you would say yes to. So it's not like something that they ask permission, you know, when they first start hanging out around you, okay? And this doesn't have to be male or feminine, or excuse me, feminine or masculine as far as gender. It's just the energies that I'm feeling and getting from the cards. And that's definitely where we're reaching here. Some concerns that are kind of fading into the past This could be some sort of karmic thing. This could be something as far as the efforts that go into this romance or into this relationship. Them treating you poorly or beginning to treat you poorly is a good way to test your intuition. So you already fucking know. You're like, you should probably walk away if you ever think that that's the answer. Okay. So you do see red flags and you do see that the effects that it's putting onto you. So that is your answer right there. But karmically, this is something that is finding some balance within you. And you're just trying to find that fairness. Okay. But there is no fairness here as far as this current situation, because they're far out on a limb as a different human being. And you're over here on this other limb. Like, do you not know me? Like, where'd you go? Like, it's very confusing. Okay. So any past decisions, those will kind of come up too. But as far as them treating you poorly, that's just a very good push from the universe saying, here, I'm going to show you what they are. Now fucking run. Okay. So Cancer, you have your answer specifically. This is nothing you want to keep fucking around with. Okay. Let's find out. Let's find out your worries about it and any developing concerns that are coming into focus or anything that's coming up in the ahead of here and in the future. Okay. So we do have our Page of Swords and our Temperance card. All right. So some things that are upcoming. There will be a clash within the relationship. So this is pretty close. So this is something that currently you have these worries about having all of this energy for the specific person, having all of the dreams and the illusion almost of what they are. Okay. And with your good intention, that's not going to go away. That's not going to fade out and like nobody's going to notice it. Like somebody, whoever the right fucking person is, will notice it. Okay. And I know that your worries are to reach this goal or to, find some fairness in the situation. But again, push forward, my friend, because this is not going to get into a place where you know this person. You don't know this person. You know this person. Okay. You know this animal of a good human. Okay. You know this person, but this is who they are. So this is just not something you be fucking with right now. Okay. And this, run. I'm not saying like they'll never change. I'm just saying they brought you a whole pile of untruth. Okay. About whom they were. All right. So anything that's kind of coming into your focus would definitely be this situation when you two kind of are combative with each other. Okay. So it's just because you gave away too much. They reached out, they grabbed. They used it against you. They used it. And then there's going to be some sort of an explosion, some sort of issue with the relationship as far as fighting energy, some hostility probably. You're going to be pissed off is what you're going to be. And I know how you get, Cancer. You're just going to like, I don't care. But you actually do. And you're actually going to get really fucking mad. You're going to act like you don't give two shits though. You'll be pretty passive, little nippy. Yeah. Yeah, I know. All right. So currently, let's find out how they actually are seeing you and their concerns around the situation. Okay. Lovers upright. And we got our Seven of Swords upright. Okay. All right. So they are seeing you like you have secrets too. They feel like you have a hidden past, something that did come up earlier in the cards. So we are confirming now with the Seven of Swords upright. There was some sort of maybe deception in your past or something maybe stolen. Keep thinking thief. Are you a thief? Like, is that a thing? Maybe something legality wise, maybe something that happened when you were younger. Either or, the truth is always the best. And it's not like they're anyone to say that, but that's just kind of what they're vibing. That's their current energy is like, you should have told me the truth. Yet I don't even know if they realize that they present a completely different human being to you and versus what they actually will be showing you here quickly and why you keep feeling the inconsistency of this individual. Okay. Yeah. They definitely feel like they're not going to go back on the information that they know though. Also. Okay. So their worries is that this might be a soulmate situation, but they they would have to have major change, okay? And there's a lot of temptation around them. There could even be a Gemini or some sort of air sign around, but there is maybe a third party around, and they do have a choice, okay? So when they're in the situation, soulmate situation, they could be meaning you're either the soulmate and they fucked it up. I'm just going to go over here to Gemini, or Gemini is actually this love relationship. This is what I'm going to say yes to, and I'm going to move on. Okay. So they do have some concerns though with that. So that is not like something that they're super stoked about, or maybe even will tell you about. Who knows? Okay. All right, let's find out a likely outcome for what you and this person will end up doing. We got our Five of Wands. That is in reverse. Page of Cups. Okay. So the solution is pretty clear. The competition for this specific individual currently, they are feeling like it's over. Okay. They're exhausted. You're exhausted. They're non-inspired to continue this relationship. It's almost like they were really, you were wanting teamwork, but it was like very much boring to them. They shut off from all of your proposal. They shut off from all of your energy push, any of your spark, any of your light. Shame on them that they don't see it for you, Cancer, because I mean, you're exhausted anyway. Go deal with your shit. Find solution for your stuff. But you're definitely going to be saying no here soon, okay? And this is all very much in reverse, quite a few of these cards. And so there's a lot of resistance in this situation. Let me see. Swords, swords, swords. It's like a big illusional, delusional, imaged, made-up, dreamlike fucking relationship here. All right, Cancer. I'm going to pull another card. This card is going to be inspired action. So this is something that you can move through with this type of energy or this type of action instead of being pissed off. Let's find a different feeling. Let's find a different thought or emotion. I mean, throw a fucking rose quartz in there. I don't care what you do, but do not act like how you're feeling right now. All right. So reminding you, this is such a good card, and I can't believe how well it blends into this reading. Before, there was some cards indicating that you are also being dishonest. So when we are dealing with someone, you need to really reflect. Look in the fucking mirror. Check yourself out. Are you being honest with the people you're meeting, Cancer? Or could you be a little more honest? Because like attracts like. That doesn't mean you're a shit person, so you're going to attract shit people. It just means that there's some things that you could learn from this person. They could be one of your biggest teachers as far as like dealing with relationships and getting involved, is that when you meet somebody, you're going to know things about them because you are them. You are reflecting your mirror image onto them. I mean, so to speak. And if you can see things in them, it's because you've been there or are them. These are just things because we're connected. So just try to move with the energy of non-judgment, okay? Try to move with it with reflection. Like try to absorb the fact that, you know, you have to work on shit too. And when you do work on shit, Cancer, you want to get another bad girly or bad boy. Okay. All right. So Cancer, please hit subscribe to Hangman Tarot. Also, don't forget to check out all that social media stuff in my description box. When you do this, share, like, and follow on all of yours with all of my stuff. And don't forget to click the bell. All right, we're going to get going into our next reading. So we're going to find Leo. So Leo, currently, who is on your mind? What do we need to know about them? What are some things that are hidden? Some things that they may be worried about, you may be worried about. I feel like I'm yelling. I always feel like I'm yelling when I'm on here. And some things that might be kind of fading into the past. Some things that are like kind of correlating with your current situation, okay? All right. I forgot to timestamp. Let me timestamp real quick, you guys. What that is that Pisces? Cancer here. Okay, and now we'll do our next reading, which is Leo. Timestamping for Leo. All right, Leo, let's currently get into this. So who is on your mind? Okay. All right, so we're going to find out the basic state of mind where you're at, Leo, and then we're going to find out a little bit about your individual, kind of what and why this is related or, dealings with this individual. High Priestess, 8 of Cups, that is in reverse. Got the High Priestess, 2 of Swords, that is in reverse. Okay. Aries in specific, a zodiac sign, or also water sign or a fire sign. No, air sign. Let's go air sign, water sign, element. And then in specific, probably Aries or Sagittarius. Not Sagittarius, X name. All right. So currently your state of mind is you just kind of maybe walking away from some type of situation that has to do with somebody who is kind of fearing how you feel or how they feel. So they know that it's time for the future planning. They know that it's time to jump into the entire relationship stuff and get things going. And they're definitely feeling a lot, but that's all secret or it's hidden. They're not being honest with you. And that doesn't mean that they're a big liar. It just means that they're just not telling you some things here. Okay. And you're very hopeless at the moment, currently state of mind wise. And you feel like it's too late, maybe with this situation, maybe that you were trying to deal with this person and maybe you shouldn't have weeble-wobbled it so much. Maybe there was too much play. But you feel like you're kind of unanswered when dealing with this specific person. Okay. Yeah, because you kind of were with this 8, it's like overcoming something. So maybe you've already dealt with this person in specific. Maybe there was some sort of resistance and you're trying to ease that. But like as far as this goes, I feel like you might have dealt with this person already. Okay. So this person being that water or air sign or Aries in specific. Okay, so you both kind of suck at the relationship. I'm not going to lie. That's being indicated with this 2 of Swords, that in reverse, okay? And the conflict needs to be dealt with before you can move forward. Because, yes, this is a wishy-washy back and forth type of relationship. This is very much, but you both very much suck in the relationship. So it's like there's a lot to focus on here. There's a lot of things that could come about from this. But it's almost like the power that bringing two together, the power that brings together should be there. And it's not being indicated here energy wise either. All right. So some behind the scene things that you're not aware of that are probably happening, anything that kind of fades into the past. Okay. Anything that is maybe correlated, related. Ace of Pentacles, that is upright. For Emperor, that is in reverse. So, okay, so they're looking for like a long-term happiness. So they're manifesting right now and they're busy as fuck energetically dealing with energy stuff. They do have new financial opportunities. So if they're dealing with the financial opportunities and they're dealing with the manifesting, they're busy. So that is some behind the scenes stuff that you're not actually seeing, but they're trying to fulfill a long-term happiness, okay? Because yours has been a short-term for them. Short. So when it becomes like a draw or a drag into the long-term relationship, maybe that's a place that they might go, but they feel like the stuff that they have going on is very important. It feels like new beginnings, fresh. It's just kind of starting. It's almost like very balanced as far as this beginning might be. Some things that were a concern in the past with the situation is that you were thinking, Leo, that they were very rigid or they had a lack of discipline or you had a lack of discipline. It just depends on how this resonates for you, Leo, okay? There's some type of, okay, so it was like you had a fear of leaving the relationship. You had a fear of being in this relationship and standing up for the both of you. You have a fear of a commitment, of a disciplined habit to be with somebody even. But there was determination in the past with it, but it's just like, again, that commitment, that standing up within a relationship type energy is just terrifying for you. We're going to find out some of your worries and any developing concerns that are kind of moving in towards your focus. Page of Wands, that is in reverse. Magician upright. So some concerns or worries here. Concerns and worries is that you might be worried that they're getting impatient with you, okay? You're worried that they feel as if maybe they're just too playful. You're worried that they think that your state of mind is very childlike or very childish. You feel as if you should be manifesting at this moment because that is something that is energetically calling you. That is something you should be worrying about too. Definitely. All right, so some things that are coming up here eventually into your future, or into focus at least, is just some determination. So bringing that determination back currently with this individual, maybe being capable of any type of relationship, hopefully, but your focus and your manifestation is very important right now. I don't know why, but that keeps coming up in almost a few of these cards. Okay. So the moment that we turn our focus not onto our current person, but onto important inward life things is the moment that these physical beings just come a-calling. Okay. Yeah, you'll be capable of anything, especially if you were both doing this in a relationship. Okay. So they currently see you as Ace of Swords in reverse. And they also, their worries are the 8 swords. That is definitely reversed. Okay. Okay, so this is how they currently see you, and this is how they see the situation or their worries. Okay. So how they currently see you is that the idea that they had to be with you, Leo, is not growing. It's not progressing. It's not popping off. It's not like on fleek. It's not like, anything. They feel like that they had cloudy judgment when they first were dealing with you. And it's just like the moment that this relationship tries to get up off the ground, it's definitely not getting up off the ground. And that's a little uncomfortable, only because if it's not going to get up off ground, then what the heck am I doing this for, type thing. Okay. It's very reminiscent, though. It's very much kind of going back into the same stuff. And so they just definitely see you as somebody who's got a loss of passion. They feel like maybe you're just uninterested, or maybe they're just uninterested. But those are worries and concerns of this individual. Yeah, because they're definitely dealing with you in a rational and logical way. That is apparent with swords cards here. So maybe before they were dealing with you with more, heart logic. They were coming at you more of a soulmate type situation. They really were head over heels for you situation. Okay. Some of their worries. So there was past issues, and their worries is that this confidence will not grow in this relationship. And that 8 of Swords upright is indicating that through tough times, or any moments that there was hard times for this other person or you, it's like you were not standing in the relationship. Okay. So you were like a ghost within the relationship, and then you'd pop back up when it was not tough. That is a huge issue for this individual. That's their concern. Likely outcome, or what will they do? Okay. So likely outcome, this is a burden. They just want to know what you need. What do you need here? What do you need? Okay. So they feel like there is no direction in this relationship. They're at the end of the relationship with this 10 of Wands upright. It's just been an uphill battle the entire time, and they want it to be a new beginning, but it's an end. It's an end. I mean, it just is. Likely outcome is it's just too stagnant. It was definitely deep emotion with this person because, again, you have nostalgia for this person. You have memories with this person, somebody you've been dealing with for a minute, and you did not want to let go of that collective. It's like you go around with this individual for so long, and you start like attaching to the fact that you've known them so long, or you've been around them for a few. But that's a burden for the other person. Okay. It's just like, that's even making it worse that you're not in more depth in a relationship, and they should have listened to their gut. They should have seen the flags, and they did. But Leo, I understand that you don't want to get strapped down, but maybe be honest about it. because that's not being indicated here. You never indicated that. All right, so let's find some good inspired action that you can move through this and around it, okay? Even if it lasts 100 years or it ends this very second, I want you to have some sort of inspired action instead of moving through it like a crazy person or a pissed off person or, happy. It doesn't matter. Let's just find something to move energetically. Intention, inspired action. Okay. Okay. You must be concerned about some life and death stuff. So your energy is very much resisting death. That's being indicated here. I'm sorry, I just got to bring that up. I know it's not very romantic or current, but currently you don't want to talk about death. Well, death is an illusion. It hasn't happened yet. Just FYI. And when you have a fear, it hasn't happened. So what are you fearing? I mean, we may fear that we slip on the ice. Okay, we know what that feels like. We know that we don't want that to happen, but we also know we don't want to consistently put that thought out there because then we'll slip onto fucking ice because we will get exactly what we've been thinking about, right? Okay, same thing with death. But you don't know what death is like. Nobody can tell you. That's what's scary about it. But again, not knowing or the illusion or the images that we think it is, that's like what crazy people are in crazy places for, because they literally think about shit that it's not there. They're like, the voices aren't there. Well, neither is death. You've never even seen it. You've never even been it. So stop. Think about that for a minute. It's an illusion. It hasn't happened yet. You really need to stay open-minded about it. Their advice to you, good action or energy, would be to remain calm, and sturdy and stable, because they feel like calm is definitely a superpower. So you really need to express that calm vibe, that calm energy, because they feel like that it's a strength, a good quality in somebody. And also they want you, even if you're not together, even if you're currently or never ever dealing with each other again, they want you to always utilize that calm. Okay. All right. Subscribe, Leo. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful Sunday afternoon. We're going to get going in towards our, what do we got next? Okay, Virgo, currently, how are you? Let me timestamp. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Virgo. Shuffle that one. Put that over there. We're going to find out about the person currently on your mind, where you're at, some worries, some things that are coming up into focus, maybe any of these worries that are yours or theirs. We're just going to figure out, things that are underneath the surface that you're unaware of, some things that they have a focus on. So let's get going into Virgo tarot prediction for your currently, whomever is on your mind, darling. Or if something specific doesn't show up for an individual, it could be anything, really. Let's do the last one. Okay. Let's get going. We're going to find out your basic state of mind currently, as well as why and what about this individual. Find out their zodiac sign. We got 3 Pentacles, Knight of Swords. That is Queen of Cups. And that is in reverse. Okay. Okay, so currently you're planning. You have some potential planning that you're doing. It could have to do with this other individual because teamwork is coming up, and this person could be an earth sign or an air sign. I'm going to go with air sign, water sign, or earth sign element, Capricorn in specific, maybe Cancer in specific. So you're going to be proving yourself. Currently, you're trying to prove yourself. Are you proving it to yourself or to them? And there is potential planning here, okay? And you are kind of in a place where you're just playing around with something, playing around with some ideas, maybe bringing some things to whole, just creativity, maybe some results from something. But you're definitely in a place where you've been rewarded for your efforts. And that's not in the relationship, it's in the finances or your efforts and your skill, okay? Yeah, because this individual that you're dealing with, I don't even know what to say about all this. Okay, so they feel like they have been ignored. They feel like you have ignored how they feel, okay? And they feel like you are less worried about the situation and they're very stressed out. And to me, I feel like every time there was a stressful moment, they feel like you were not giving them any words. You didn't, you kind of took off or whatever it was. But they definitely felt like this was a stressful time and they want to just move through now. Yeah, it was damaging to them. Okay. Because when they got into this situation, they felt like you were almost like a hero. They felt like you were kind of saving the day. They felt like there was a lot of ambition and you pursued it. You pursued them. They felt like determined in the fact that you did everything that you were supposed to as an individual. You fucking went down the timeline as far as dating. You were doing it. Okay. They felt like there was a success bringing the two of you together because, again, there was not all this weird wishy-washy shit when it comes to like dealing with somebody who just wants to be in it intimately and then get out. But like you guys dated, you did the stuff, you did everything. And now they just feel very ignored. They feel very hurt. Okay, let's find out behind the scenes some things that you're unaware of, Virgo, about your individual, okay? They are like, they're like, whatever, not interested. Okay. So some behind the scenes stuff. So there's behind the scenes, Virgo, there was a lot of jealousy. So whatever it was that you had done in their perception made them jealous or angry. Okay. So they were extremely pissed off about something. You do have an ignorance that kind of keeps that happening. So your ignorance, your thoughts that stay within yourself kind of keep things that way as far as their pissed offness, because they become an emotional idiot, especially if they're looking at one thing and then you gave them another thing after so long and then they're confused. So there's a whole lot of that, like a lot of that energy of delivering something to someone like, oh, I'm this and this and this. But then, a month or two goes by and you're not this. So that is where they're at. And they're very much in a masculine energy. That's not meaning that it's a male. It just means that they're very sharp. They're heavy. They're very much just doing their own shit. They're pissed off. They're doing whatever they're doing. And they feel like an emotional wreck right now. And that has a lot to do with, the things, again, the differences between what the person delivered and what they actually are, or when that spark dies out. Okay. Let's find out anything that is kind of fading into the past that might have some sort of connection and any of your worries. Okay. So things that are kind of moving into the past for you, Virgo, is this conflicting relationship. So it is nearing an end, and it either ended or it's nearing an end, but it's definitely something there was a lot of energy of kind of stubbornness, stagnancy, and a lot of control in the relationship. Your concerns and your worries was that it was too quick. So it gained too much momentum. And it was an exciting time. It was during some sort of a move, 8 of Wands upright. There was a move here and there was a positive feeling, and all of this romance was beginning and all of this movement was happening. It was just this forward motion and you kind of got whooshed into the shit. You were just excited and happy, and there was no stagnancy. There was no meanness. There was no controlling aspects to these, and there was no nearing end of the relationship. Okay. It was just all romance. Okay. And your worries was that it went too quick, and that's what happened. almost like a way to start over again. Yeah. Okay, developing, anything that's developing and is coming into focus. We're going to find out currently, Virgo, how does this individual see you? Again, that Pentacles comes up, Earth. Okay. So coming up into focus is definitely something that you need to be working on, Virgo, besides this relationship stuff, is the fact that you need to accept a life cycle. So you're having a difficult time at the moment, like dealing with something life cycle. So whatever life cycle you're in, there is an issue for you at hand. There's no acceptance. When you have no acceptance, or you don't add yourself to the inevitable, you're going to resist and things are going to get uncomfortable because you're going to cause yourself suffering in the mind and in the heart because you're not moving with the flow. Okay, you stop. It's like everything backs up. That's what causes this damage. This is what causes that suffering. Let's find out how they see you. King of Pentacles. All right. So they feel like there was, as far as their feelings on the situation, they felt definitely like there was some instability here. They felt like you became lazy and weak. And this is King of Pentacles. This is in reverse, okay? Yep. So they were really looking at all the things that actually mattered in the situation, and they started really to see that true nature, not even your soul, because your soul's beautiful, Virgo, come on. But this is just kind of how they started seeing you physically and the way that you were doing things. There was a laziness, there was a weakness for the mind, like a yes person, constantly trying to sugarcoat, constantly trying to please everybody. And it just really caused a lot of resistance and so much turmoil around you. I just feel like this chaos. It's just fucking chaos. And when I'm talking chaos, I'm talking just like your life drama plus some because of your yes, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. You just yesing all the time. You're not ever focused on this individual when you were trying to be. And then all of a sudden, all right, Ace Wands, reverse. All right, so likely outcome to this situation is our Ace of Wands in reverse, Ten of Swords, that is upright. So failure is definitely hopeless when it comes to the current relationship, Virgo, that you were dealing with. And some things that you need to know is definitely there was a pushiness here. And it was almost like you gave yourself way too many limits in the relationship or around it. And it kind of caused it to, maneuver however it maneuvered. But it wasn't natural after so long, okay? Yeah, you were keeping this anyway from people. You weren't even focused on it. You were like trying to push the relationship into something that it was not, and it just combusted. Okay, so there's huge failure here. Ten of Swords, and it's an ending. It's an ending for me. It's definitely not working, and you did rush into it. You did rush into it, and then you rushed out. Then you rushed on out. All right. Virgo, I'm going to find a good intention for you or inspire to action. No matter currently, you could have an intention instead of being upset or sad or bummed out or, resisting or yesing everybody. Let's find out a different action that you can move with. Kind of let it ripple out effect. Let it affect people in a good way. Saying yes only pleases somebody temporarily. Saying no, but I love you and I will help you on a different day will add to that relationship. It'll add longevity of your sanity. All right, so move with love, Virgo. That's what you need to know. If you move with love, you can't fucking do anything wrong. And saying yes to people does not mean that you love them. That just means that you're making it so you're comfortable around making people uncomfortable. You don't want to do it. So that helps it so that you do not have to. Okay. And everybody has value. So there's a resistance or some sort of delay in you even acknowledging that. Every fucking human being matters. And by that, I mean, we all have value. We all deserve honesty, even if it's uncomfortable. And just because you're uncomfortable with giving that that does not give you anything. That doesn't help you at all. That's not going to help the longevity of your love, your movement, your life, your soul, your purpose. And it adds to resistance for other people who don't even want resistance, but they stall because they don't know what the answer is. Because you give them an answer, then your action doesn't line up. All right, Virgo, I'm done cussing you out. All right, hit subscribe to Hangman Tarot. We're going to get into our next reading, which I think we're on Libra. Let's see. Libra. Oh, Libra. Let me timestamp. I feel like these take longer than my predictions. I do. All right, Libra, let's find out currently who's on your mind, or what is currently on your mind, state of the mind at least, worries, concerns, anything that's coming into focus, anything that is fading away from your focus, hopefully, that is kind of connected to the situation. Libra. Where is it leading? What's the outcome? One more. Okay. Okay, so we got our 10 of Wands. That is upright. 8 of Swords. Hanged Man. Isn't that funny? It's in reverse, but it's upright. I'm just saying that might be my favorite card. Not gonna lie. Okay, state of mind. So state of mind wise, you're just in a weird place, maybe having a little bit of a struggle, and it feels kind of uphill, feels almost like a burden. But state of mind, you're very stressed, and you're stressed with work, financially, but you feel as if like you can't quite get to your ambitions or maybe your drive or what pushes you. You really feel like there is no direction necessarily, but you feel like everyone else needs you to have a direction. And that confuses you. You're definitely stressed with work, though. You could be dealing with an air sign or a fire sign. And then, yeah, there's definitely an uphill struggle here. But you could get into a new beginning, but there's a lot of resistance because, again, when you don't have focus or an intention written down on your mirror and you can just read it every time you go to the bathroom, you can kind of start manifesting that thought. You can start a new beginning. Just go do that. Instead of having no direction, put your direction down. You know what? Here we go. I'm going to draw a direction card. How about that? And then you write it down on your mirror, okay, Libra? And every time you go pee or take a shower or wash your face or do your makeup or whatever the hell y'all do in the bathroom, every time you're going to read it on the mirror because that is powerful. You don't want to manifest this no direction thought. You don't want to manifest stressed at work thought because it's every time it's coming out. It's creating, it's rippling out. That's what that'll become your reality. You got to stop it. All right. So these are in reverse. It does not surprise me. So go right on your mirror, live your bliss, and not bless. I'm not talking less. I'm talking bliss. We want you to live your best fucking life possible. Who fucking cares about the direction as long as it's your best fucking life possible? Write that down. Live your bliss. Write it down upright. And journey within. So go within. How can you get into your bliss? You can figure it out by going on the inside. Look in the mirror. Why the fuck am I doing this? Why the fuck am I acting like this? Why the fuck am I upset? Why the hell am I positive now or in this moment or I'm crying here? Reflect. Why? Because really thoughts are just thoughts, but why are these emotions coming up? What's happening here? Okay. Can you get into a place where you can find a little direction? Hopefully, yeah. Just write these. Go on the inside, journey within, and live your bliss. Okay, I'm glad we got that settled. You needed that. I needed that for you. Okay, so you're definitely dealing again with this air sign or fire sign. Okay, so you do have past issues with this individual. What and why, we're going to figure that out. Could be something definitely communication, logical reasons, some mind things, or is this overindulgence in the fairy tale of things, or is this actually, fantasy, or is it logical? Like, what is this? Okay. So the confidence in the relationship is growing, whomever is on your mind with you, but you guys have been through tough times. You've been through some shit, and that's great. I felt like a real big old, like, happy lift. Okay. So I definitely am feeling like that is a good thing. Good, good, good. Confidence is growing in the relationship. That is not a bad motherfucking thing. And the reason being is because you take a step back. Okay. So when you take a step back, it's something like a reflection, or, taking a moment to really look at the situation instead of, not seeing it or seeing it to see it. You don't want to be in limbo. You want that forward motion. Again, no direction, limbo, just hanging there, not surrendering. Like, what the fuck? Like, stop. The issue, the burden is your goddamn affirmations to yourself. You got to change up that thinking so that you can get into a place where the things around you and everything that surrounds you is a huge manifestation of your mind. All right. We're going to find out some things that are going on behind the scenes that you're not aware of, probably. And we're going to find out things that are kind of going into the past, things that were affecting the situation. Okay. Okay. So there's a lack of harmony within this other individual's mind or their home even, but the home could be the heart. The home could be their favorite job or their favorite store or coffee shop or whatever. It has put them in a place where they're kind of broken by it. Okay. And that is something that you're not probably aware of. And if you are, you don't see it or feel it the way that they do. So it's very much behind the scenes. They feel like there's just no support, and they do have a fear of commitment. And it's almost like sometimes they feel as if they're torn, between two loved ones. I don't know if that has anything to do with the family around him or her or the friends, but there's a conflict. Okay. And there's a fear of commitment. And that is something that kind of comes up in the relationship, but it looks like something else. Does that make sense? So because it's behind the scenes, it's something you're not very aware of. You wouldn't be, because you're in a committed relationship and you've been, hanging 10 for a minute here. The breakdown and the misbalance, wherever that resonates, is within, something support, one of his circles, one of her circles. That's what it is. And it's like no support, but there's a fear of commitment for sure. And that definitely comes out when you guys are arguing or having a conversation, but it comes out in a different way. All right. So their worries about this situation is heartbreak. So they can overcome things, but they're not necessarily sure that they can overcome, a heartbreak with you. They're huge. Their big ones are betrayal here, and they don't want to grieve. That is definitely something they worry about. And they worry that to get caught off guard, or they're worrying that, it's going to come out of the woodwork and all of these things. So they're probably thinking about a third party all the time. Okay. My advice to you, Libra, is to tell this person how much you care about them, because they're very concerned that you don't. And even if you think that you do enough, it's just, is it enough? What other silver lining could you put on this situation? Okay. What other silver lining could you plant around this shitty situation where they're concerned that you might cheat or there could be a third party? Why can't we just know? Like, this person is definitely scared there's going to be something that comes right at them and they should have seen it, type of thing. So if they bring it up all the time, they feel like they'll address it and they won't get hit by it. Okay. So tell them that you love them and just let them know that you understand them. They can overcome this. Okay. Alrighty. So currently, how do they see you? Okay. How do they see you, and how do they see the situation? 3 of Wands, that is in reverse. The moon is in reverse. Okay. They are obsessed with what is next. So again, they're obsessed with something that could happen, or what's coming into light or focus, but they're definitely worried about that third party happening. And that is definitely confirming that type of energy. Okay. So with their worries and stuff, again, this moon in reverse is just indicating their insecurities. So they do lose touch with the whole picture when it comes to the both of you. They lose touch with the whole picture, no matter how beautiful and lovely this picture is painted. They don't see some of it. Like if it was a big piece of art, they don't see all of the shadow. They don't see all the light work. They don't see all the strokes and how much it takes, how many hours it takes of commitment to put into the relationship, this painting, right? So they don't actually see the whole picture. They just think that things are dishonest, and that's where their brain goes. I don't know if that helps, but they definitely feel that third party energy, even if there's not one, but they're going to put one there if they get thinking about it. All right. What you and this individual are going to be doing, so your fire sign or your air sign, you're going to find some balance. The likely outcome is just handling the situation here. Two Pentacles in reverse is definitely finding that balance and adapting to the relationship, adapting to what becomes whole, okay? And just really honing in on that and just making that a priority, okay? And as far as I'm concerned, the both of you feel like this just doubles in power so much, especially even through, like any kind of connection. But so you want to look real close here, Libra, because the unaddressed emotion could make a likely outcome of a lacking in connection, into a breakup even. So you want to make sure you're looking closely all the time and emotionally trying to address them, or allow them to be emotionally addressing you, because you might say all the shit in the world, but that's not going to do anything. That's not going to do anything for anybody. Let's find a good intention card to move with and inspire to action. Okay, so every day counts. And that confirms to me every day you need to utilize that day. It doesn't have to be hours. It could be just like 5-10 minutes. Make sure that you say, I love you, but also say emotionally, allow them to address. Okay. So just move with every day that counts. It does. It really does, especially in a relationship that is, emotionally not being addressed for the other person. So Libra, I know that you're emotionally addressing yourself sometimes, but it's like, do they get to? And that doesn't mean berate you. That just means to express themselves. All right, moving through. All right, Libra, good luck. Have a beautiful Sunday. We're going to get going into our next reading. Yeah, I did. Okay, so Scorpio. We're going to get into Scorpio. Libra, go ahead and hit subscribe. Make sure that you share and like and follow on all your social media if you really love. And other than that, have a beautiful Sunday. All right, Scorpio, we're going to get started here. Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, currently, how are you feeling? Current state of mind, finding out about the person who is currently on your mind and how you're dealing with them. Future, thoughts. Could be less worries, more worries. What is it? All right. What is the outcome? What is it that you want with this individual? An outcome? Where is it leading? And some things that you're unaware of. Behind the scenes stuff. Okay. All right, let's get into the state of mind. We're going to find out who and why currently on your mind. Ooh, woo. All right, so currently, you feel like very overwhelmed with the heavy expectations that you have from this other individual you're dealing with, okay? Could be an earth sign. Could be an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or Virgo. Okay, so you try and you try and you try. This is your current state of mind. This is like blah, 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 blah. You just trying and trying and trying. And then you feel very fucking let down because you have all of these heavy expectations of you put upon you without your permission. It doesn't feel like you have a choice or something in the scenario, but you're definitely burnt about it and you're very unfocused and scattered about it because you're so consumed by all of these. It's almost like, you know, having a boss at your house. Okay. That's what that feels like. Yeah. Very overwhelmed though at the moment. All right. So you are dealing in specific Virgo or an air sign. Okay. And as far as this individual, you feel like they're definitely loving you with good intention. And they probably are. Okay. They're definitely dealing with some inward work right now. And they're trying to like grasp a spiritual awakening. And that is probably making you see things that is making it so that you feel as if there is nothing like you feel like there's no time to see you. You know, but they have invited you to be bright. They have invited you to shine with them because they do. This person shines. And you do know their true motives, okay? They do have these honest things about them. So you are very aware of their motives. So I just want you to know that. Just make sure you're taking the time to constantly be seeing that because they need to be seen by you. They feel like unseen sometimes. Or there's too much not enough awareness of them, if that makes sense. Okay. Let's find out behind the scenes and anything that is kind of fading into their past or your past or the both of yours past, anything that is connected here. 2 wands, that is in reverse. 5 of wands, that is upright. So as far as anything that is behind the scenes, with 2 wands, I'm thinking fear of change. Okay, so they lack planning, especially when they're holding back. And sometimes you feel as if they're holding back. There could have even been a breakup at one point or a maybe breakup. Okay. But there's that becoming whole just keeps coming back together. Okay. And as far as doubling your power, this is something you two are aware of, obviously, because you brought it back. And definitely some things that fade kind of into the past is a competition or your egos. So it's like there was challenges because of the competition that you kind of have with this individual, or they could have it with you. There was a lot of anger around it. And that is something that is fading. Okay. So know that. Okay. So, and yeah, and you were at odds with somebody here, and that was this specific person. You two were at odds with each other. And there was an insecurity within the relationship. However, if that's yours or theirs. Okay. But this whole delay comes to me around the fact that you are literally missing the point, but they're bored. They feel like travel's been delayed, a vacation has been delayed, or a movement or moving, something forward motion has been delayed, and it's irritating the fuck out of them. And it's a boredom. Okay. All right, let's move into what's coming into focus for you, Scorpio, and currently how they see you. So you'll get to a place where you're like almost in a breakup and you're going to take a stand, okay? Or else this already happened. But I'm feeling like you'll become aware, or you already have, that love needs to be taken care of. You need to tend to this person. And it's not always easy. Love is not like this big fucking rose bush without thorns. It's like more like a thorn bush with maybe one rose. Like love is weird. And love is not exactly what we thought when we were growing up and when, you know, we got older and then all of a sudden we're like, well, what the fuck? I thought like Prince Charming saves me. Like, no, that's not actually what happens. Prince Charming is not going to save you. Princess Charming is going to save her motherfucking self. How about that? Okay. We save ourselves. We need to take care of ourselves. You need to tend to yourself, but you also need to make sure that you're doing the heavy lifting for this other individual and your relationship out also. Does that mean let them just sit around and be slothy? Of course not. Okay. All right. So currently how they see you, currently how they're seeing things here. Yeah. So they feel like there's no balance. You have like no balance, or like you have no, I'm in charge of thinking or I'm in charge of anything at this point. They feel like there could be more of an inside or an inner peace. They feel like you're lacking in that, okay? You have like an idea about them and it's almost like that fucks you. That fucks your relationship, because when you have this idea about someone and the love that they bring and the love that you share, all of a sudden they become not good enough. That's weird. Okay. So likely outcome and moving into what it is that you'll be doing to get in there. So again, this almost there card keeps popping up. 9 of Cups. Okay. So we don't lack of success in this relationship or lack of achievement is going to be affecting the fact that you're not going to always get what you want with this individual. Okay. So when they see you rewarded or they see your payday or whatever it is, they are stimulated to be the best human on the fucking planet. Again, it doesn't make them a bad person. It just makes them somebody who sees reward and they put in the effort. So maybe do some incentive. You can utilize that instead of fucking being like, oh, she just likes the money or he likes all the money and all the rewards and all the cool shit that comes with me. Well, okay, we're humans. We all fucking expect shit from a relationship. So take that, learn from that, and add an incentive. Do something sweet or special, like add that, reward this person if that's what they need. I mean, it might be a love language. Who knows? By the end of this, so likely outcome is that you're going to be obsessing over some information that kind of comes out. So you feel like definitely one of you is too concerned about what everybody thinks, and it could be them or it could be you. You just want to see what this all brings, but the likely outcome is you both are going to get into a place where you're kind of not dating anymore, or like you're not romancing each other anymore. And there's going to be way too much concern on what other people think or a specific person in general. Okay. All right. Likely nothing. I'm going to find an inspired action for you, Scorpio, to get into instead of not knowing how to kind of move through this energetically. So joy, joy, joy in all that you do, though. Like, don't make it just one or two things. Make it even when you go to the bathroom, make it joyful somehow. And practice moderation. So maybe you overly eat, maybe you play too many video games, maybe you drive too much, maybe you drive too fast, maybe you're at your computer too much, maybe you work too much, maybe you're obsessively brushing your hair all the time. Like, whatever it is, practice it in moderation. Pull back a little, okay? Instead of taking all the broccoli, just take one or two things of it, okay? All right, so we're going to move on. I will be back. I have to go tend to my child. I will be right back on. So I will see you in just a moment. Remember to hit subscribe to Hangman Tarot and click the bell button. When you click the bell button, you won't miss a thing here, okay? And also share, like, and follow all on your social media if you love, love, love. Otherwise, have a beautiful, beautiful Sunday afternoon. It is beautiful outside.